Welcome to the Trees for Life Tree Scheme Instruction DVD. The Tree Scheme, run by the Trees for Life organisation, is the largest volunteer seedling project in South Australia. Coordinated by Maureen Redfern, the Tree Scheme has grown over 1 million seedlings per year with help from over 3,000 volunteers. This DVD will demonstrate how to organise your supplies, how to prepare each tube and how to maximise the germination of your seed. Before getting started, please look after your health and read the health section of the propagation instruction booklet. In your grower's bag, you will receive a growing order, which specifies who you are growing your seedlings for, how many seedlings of each species to grow, and when to sow the seed. You will also receive seed, plastic labels to identify each species, boxes of soil, tubes, gravel mulch, fertiliser and one dust mask. Use clean tools. Wash with household bleach if necessary. Once you have checked you have all your supplies, it's time to get sowing.
To prepare the boxes for propagation, it's important to set them up on a bench in full sunlight under a 50% dense shade cloth, preferably in a position that is sheltered from the wind. It's important to keep the boxes off the ground to prevent contact with garden soil or grass, to keep slugs and snails out of the boxes, to encourage good airflow and prevent fungus problems. A raised workbench is important for your comfort while working.
When you have set up your bench area for your boxes, the next step involves washing the gravel mulch and filling the tubes with soil. To do this, wash the gravel several times through clean water and spread it out onto a surface to let it dry. 1 bag of gravel goes on 1 box of tubes. When working with soil, it's important to wear the dust masks provided to avoid breathing dust, particularly if you are susceptible to respiratory problems or are elderly or your immune system is low.
To prepare the soil, the first step involves adding water to it. This can be done in a wheelbarrow or other large container. Adding water to the soil makes it easier to compact it into each tube. This also gives the seedling the opportunity of growing a strong root system. Never sow seed into dry soil.
When the soil has been moistened, mix 1 packet of fertiliser thoroughly through 1 box of soil. Or you can put some pellets into each tube as you fill them. Open the tube with a trowel and make sure there are holes in the bottom to allow for good water drainage. Fill the tube with soil 3/4 of the way. Bump the bottom on a surface and firm down the soil. Top up, firm down again and finish the soil 1 centimetre below the rim of the tube. It's important to firm down the soil to remove any air gaps that might be trapped. But if the soil is compacted too tight, it will not allow good water drainage. This step is important. Well-prepared tubes allow the young seedling to grow sturdy and upright, and allow it to grow a strong root system, which holds the soil together when taken out of the tube for planting.
When each tube has been filled, it can be put into the box. 60 tubes will fit into 1 box. It's important when putting the tubes into the box that there is no soil left on the bottom of the box. This helps to prevent pests from moving in. So before you start putting tubes in, discard the newspaper and give the box a brush or hose out.
Some types of seed need treatment before sowing. Your growing order will tell you if seed needs pre-treatment, then see the propagation instruction booklet for details. With your seed, you receive plastic labels to identify your seedlings. On the label in B4 pencil, write the botanical name, the 2-letter zone code and the sowing date.
It's important to identify each species with labels to ensure seedlings don't become mixed and can be planted in the correct location. If you plant 2 species in the same box, use a divider in the middle to separate the tubes.
Before sowing, make sure the soil is damp. If the soil has become dry, moisten it well before sowing. To figure out how many seeds to sow per tube, empty the seed contents out onto a clean saucer. Remember to sow all seeds in the packets and do not throw the packets away. Sow fine seed onto the surface of the damp soil. Larger seed will need to be covered to a specific depth, which will be noted in the propagation instruction booklet. Sow the seed over the entire surface area, not just the centre. Cover with a thin layer of gravel mulch. This helps keep the seed in contact with the soil, away from direct heat, and prevents it from being washed away. Water the newly sown boxes with a fine soft spray.
It's important to water your seedlings with a fine soft spray. A hard spray will wash your seed away. A watering can is hard to control. Use a fine spray on your hose. Good drainage means the water has drained through the soil and has run out of the bottom of the tubes. You must water the boxes each morning and afternoon before and during germination, allowing time for the gravel to dry before dark. On extremely hot days, an extra watering won't hurt.
Having set up your benches, filled your tubes and sown the seed, you have completed the first steps along the way to successfully growing seedlings for Trees for Life. The next steps of the Tree Scheme program include germination, thinning, transplanting, sorting, grading, quality control and presentation, which will be covered in future episodes. If you have any inquiries about how to prepare your seed for propagation, or would like to know more about the Trees for Life Tree Scheme program, please phone 8372 0150, or you can email treesforlife at info@treesforlife.org. Trees for Life. Trees for you, trees for me, trees for life.